Welcome, dear friends, to a cozy world where flickering candlelight, wood smoke warmth, and old-world charm wrap around you like a soft wool blanket. In this video, we're inviting you to wander with us through a storybook cottage transformed for Christmas, every corner touched by rustic elegance and heartfelt tradition. If you love warm, nostalgic home decor, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to join our cozy community. Imagine stepping inside, a softly glowing hearth, gentle shadows dancing on exposed beams, and the promise of magic in the air. Let's begin this holiday journey together. Picture the cottage's very bones, rough-hewn timber beams overhead, old wooden floorboards softly creaking underfoot, and a stone hearth that smells faintly of wood ash and history. These natural, time-worn materials, wood, stone, aged metal, set the stage for a Christmas that feels timeless. Use reclaimed wood shelves or a distressed wood console to display your festive treasures. The texture and patina speak of years gone by, giving every object a sense of memory and comfort. It's in this sturdy, warm foundation that your holiday magic begins. Let the color story remain gentle and inviting: creamy ivories, soft beiges, muted taupes, dusky grays, deep forest greens, and hints of aged bronze or gold. This muted, natural palette evokes old cottage serenity while letting textures and light take center stage. A linen slipcover on a chair, a burlap runner on the table, each element contributes quietly, never shouting. The calm background lets you layer in cozy fabrics, greenery, and soft glows for a Christmas look that feels understated, elegant, and ever so welcoming. Imagine stepping into the living room, a wide stone fireplace anchored by a mantle of raw wood. On the hearth, logs piled high, ready to crackle. Above, rustic stockings hang from wrought iron hooks or antique wooden pegs. A few brass or pewter candlesticks flicker with beeswax candles, casting dancing light against the stone. The warmth from the fire bathes the room in golden glow. This hearth becomes the heart of your Christmas cottage, a place for stories, laughter, quiet reflection, a sanctuary from the winter chill outside. No classic cottage Christmas is complete without the scent and beauty of evergreens. Take fresh pine or cedar branches and weave them into garlands draped across the mantel, window sills, or banisters. Place small sprigs tucked into vintage vases or mason jars, or gather pine cones and berries into wooden bowls as rustic centerpieces. These natural touches, pine, cedar, pine cones, berries, evoke winter walks in a forest and carry their crisp, earthy fragrance indoors. The result is calm, evergreen magic that roots your home in nature and tradition. Now, soften the corners. Draped over a wooden rocking chair, place a thick knit throw in a neutral hue. Over a bench, a sheepskin or faux fur rug invites bare toes. Scatter pillows in linen, wool, or plaid, each one textured and warm. Rich fabrics like burlap, knit, linen, and soft wool bring layered comfort without overwhelming the rustic ambience. These tactile layers invite you to sink in, curl up with a mug of cocoa, and lose yourself in holiday calm. It's subtle, lived in, and deeply inviting. Search old markets, attic boxes, or thrift shops, anything that whispers history. A tarnished brass lantern, a weathered wooden sleigh, an antique wooden sign with holiday greetings, or mismatched china plates can all find purpose in your cottage. Hang a reindeer carving near the fireplace, or lean a worn sled gently against a wall. Even a single vintage piece, a cast iron candlestick or a reclaimed wood sign, adds character, bringing a sense of age, warmth, and story to the space. This is what makes the cottage feel truly lived in and personal. Select a real or realistically styled Christmas tree, slightly imperfect, not overly symmetrical, with branches that reach and bend like a wild pine. Use a vintage wooden crate or a galvanized metal bucket as a tree stand for rustic authenticity. Rather than flashy tinsel, adorn with simple wooden ornaments, dried orange slices, cinnamon sticks, burlap ribbons, pine cones, and maybe a few small flickering lights. The result is a tree that breathes old-world charm, earthy, humble, yet magical under its soft glow. Swap harsh overhead lights for gentle, warm candlelight and lanterns. Place clusters of pillar candles, taper candles, and glass jar lanterns on the hearth, windowsill, or dining table. If possible, choose holders in bronze, pewter, or aged metal with simple design. The soft, flickering light encourages calm conversation, introspection, and cozy moments. It's perfect for long, quiet evenings, the kind where snow might drift outside, but inside, the air is warm and serene. For holiday meals, set a wooden table with muted linens, a burlap or linen runner, cream or off-white plates, and wooden chargers or chargers with vintage patina. Centerpieces can feature rustic bowls or wooden dough bowls filled with pine cones, cranberries, apples, sprigs of evergreen, or candles. Add metal or brass candlesticks for gentle glow. The look is simple, natural, and inviting, a place where family and friends gather close, share laughter, stories, and warmth over rustic chic dinner settings. Hang handmade stockings by the fireplace, perhaps knitted in neutral tones or plaid, with rustic wooden or metal hooks. Add small name tags made of reclaimed wood or cardstock with twine. Use recycled ribbons or scraps of burlap for a homespun feel. These small touches celebrate intimacy and tradition, a stocking for every family member, each with a name and maybe a tiny ornament or note tucked inside. Personal and heartfelt, these details make the cottage feel deeply loved and uniquely yours. Transform your entryway into a warm greeting space, a rustic wooden bench or an old trunk by the door, topped with a plaid throw or knit blanket. Place a vintage lantern by the door, hang a wreath of pine and berries on the wall, or drape a simple evergreen garland across a coat rack. Outside, consider a small wooden sled leaning against a wall or a pot of evergreen by the door. Even a worn sign, "Welcome Christmas," in faded paint, can set the tone for the entire cottage. Guests step in and immediately feel the warmth, nostalgia, and rustic charm. In the kitchen, embrace the cozy rhythm of baking. Hang a soft linen towel on the oven, place a bowl of fresh apples or oranges on the wooden counter, and scatter pine sprigs or cinnamon sticks in a small jar for scent. Use vintage mugs, mismatched china, or well-loved pottery for hot cocoa or tea. If you have open shelves, display ceramic jugs, whiskey barrels, or old wooden bowls to enhance the rustic vibe. The aromas of cinnamon, baked bread, and pine mingle, creating an atmosphere that's comforting, familiar, and deeply festive. Find a quiet corner, maybe near the hearth or beside a frosted window, and build a reading nook. Place a wooden rocking chair or an upholstered armchair with a soft throw draped over the arm. Add a small wooden side table to hold a mug of tea, a plate of cookies, and a stack of holiday classics. Perhaps scatter a few pine cones or a small sprig of evergreen nearby. Dim the lights, light a candle, and let the warmth and softness wrap around you. It's a peaceful retreat for reflection, gentle laughter, or quiet reading by firelight. Use your own hands to create ornaments and decor. Nothing screams old-world charm like handmade touches. Craft garlands from fabric scraps, felt, or yarn pom-poms. Make ornaments from dried orange slices, cinnamon sticks, pinecone clusters, or thin wood slices with hand-painted designs or stamped letters. Tie them with twine or burlap ribbons. These DIY pieces carry love, time, and intention, and their simplicity and natural materials fit perfectly with the rustic cottage aesthetic. As night falls, complement the fireplace with soft light around the whole cottage. Hang lanterns by windows, place candles on window ledges, or string soft fairy lights around beams or door frames. These gentle lights will cast soft shadows on the wood-paneled walls and stone hearth, turning the cottage into a warm, dreamy retreat. Outside, a snow-dusted window framed by lanterns or a star-shaped light evokes a magical, vintage holiday postcard, perfect for serene winter nights. Invite memories in. Set aside a small wooden tray of old family photos, handwritten cards, or heirloom ornaments on a side table. Perhaps place an old music box that plays a nostalgic holiday tune on the mantel. Encourage traditions, reading a holiday story aloud, hanging a handcrafted stocking, baking the same recipe each year, or placing a gift under the tree for someone special. These rituals transform the decor from pretty scenes into emotional landscapes where love, memory, and warmth live. As we bring this cottage tour to a close, take a moment to breathe in the warmth, the flickering light, the sense of pine and baking, the soft fabrics, and the embrace of old-world charm. Whether you borrow one small idea or recreate the entire mood, may your own home be filled with rustic elegance, cozy comfort, and timeless magic. If this video inspired your heart, please like, subscribe, and share, and tell us which cozy corner spoke to you. From our cottage to yours, happy holidays, and may your season be wrapped in warmth, light, and love.